60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't earn enough, but because they rely on willpower to save. And willpower always runs out. Every single day you wake up with a limited amount of mental energy, and by the time you've dealt with work, bills, family, and everything else life throws at you, the last thing you want to do is think about moving money around. That's exactly why the wealthy don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems. Automated systems that work silently in the background, building wealth without requiring a single conscious decision. In this video, I'm giving you 5 of those systems. And stay until number 5 because most financial advisors won't even mention this one, and it might be the most powerful strategy on this entire list. The number 1 rule of building wealth is simple: pay yourself first. But here's what most people get wrong. They spend their paycheck first and save whatever is left over at the end of the month. And at the end of the month, there is nothing left. Sound familiar? The fix is automatic bank transfers. Here's how it works. You log into your bank, navigate to transfers, and set up a recurring automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account on the exact same day you get paid every week or every 2 weeks. The amount doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Even if you start with $25, you are building the most important financial habit of your life. Here's the psychology behind why this works so well. Your brain is wired to adapt to whatever income it receives. When you move money to savings before you spend it, your brain adjusts to living on what's left. Within 2 to 3 months, you genuinely won't miss the money you're saving. It becomes invisible. And invisible savings is the secret weapon of every wealthy person. Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and virtually every major bank let you set this up for free in under 5 minutes. If you do nothing else from this video, go set this up today. It is the single most impactful financial decision you can make right now. Now that you're automating your transfers, let's talk about where that money should actually go. Because if it's sitting in a regular bank savings account right now, you are slowly getting robbed and you don't even know it. Here's the truth. Most big traditional banks pay between 0.01 and 0.05% interest on savings accounts. Let that sink in. On a $10,000 balance, you would earn approximately $5 per year. That is not even a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, high-yield savings accounts are sitting right there available to anyone offering 4 to 5% annual percentage yield right now. On that same $10,000 balance, you would earn between $400 and $500 every single year just for keeping your money there. You are not doing anything different. You are not taking any extra risk. You are simply keeping your money in a smarter place. The best high-yield savings accounts right now include Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally Bank, SoFi, and American Express High-Yield Savings. All of them are FDIC insured, meaning your money is protected just as it would be in any traditional bank. Opening one takes about 10 minutes online. Once it's open, redirect your automatic transfers straight into that account and start earning real interest immediately. Over 10 years on a growing balance, this one simple change could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket that you would have otherwise left on the table. Here's one of the most effortless savings strategies ever invented, and most people have never even heard of it. Roundup apps. The concept couldn't be simpler. Every single time you make a purchase, the app automatically rounds it up to the nearest dollar and saves or invests the difference without you doing anything. Spend $3.70 on a coffee, 30 cents gets saved automatically. Spend $11.20 on lunch, 80 cents gets set aside. Spend $47.60 on groceries. 40 cents goes into savings. It sounds almost too small to matter, but here's what the numbers actually look like. The average person makes between 30 and 50 purchases per week. At an average roundup of 50 cents per transaction, that's $15 to $25 saved every single week without a single conscious decision. Over the course of a year, that's between $700 and $1,300 saved from spare change alone. Money you never even noticed leaving your account. The most popular apps for this are Acorns, which rounds up your purchases and automatically invests the difference into a diversified portfolio, and Chime, which rounds up and deposits straight into a savings account. Both are completely free to start. But the real power of Roundup apps isn't even the money saved. It's the mindset shift that happens. When saving becomes automatic and invisible, it stops feeling like a sacrifice. It stops feeling like something you have to force yourself to do. It just becomes part of how your finances naturally work. And once saving stops feeling painful, you naturally start making smarter money decisions everywhere else too. Here's where most people stop, and it's the biggest financial mistake they make. They save money, they feel good about it, and they leave it sitting in a savings account forever. But here's the hard truth. Saving money alone will never make you wealthy. Inflation runs at roughly 3% per year. Even in a high-yield savings account earning 4 to 5%, you are barely staying ahead of inflation. To actually build generational wealth, you need to invest. And the secret to successful investing has nothing to do with picking the right stocks or timing the market. It is consistency. Investing the same fixed amount every single month, regardless of whether the market is up or down, is called dollar cost averaging, and it is the most battle-tested wealth-building strategy in history. Here is exactly how to automate it. Step 1. If your employer offers a 401k with matching contributions, that is your absolute first priority. Contribute at least enough to get the full match. If they match up to 3%, you contribute 3% minimum. That employer match is free money added directly to your retirement account. Not taking it is the equivalent of turning down part of your salary. Step 2. Open a Roth IRA through Fidelity, Charles Schwab, or Vanguard. A Roth IRA is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available to regular people because every single dollar inside it grows completely tax-free. You will never pay taxes on those gains. Set up automatic monthly contributions and invest in a simple, low-cost S&P P500 index fund. Now let's talk about what this actually looks like over time. If you invest just $200 a month starting at age 25 into an S&P P500 index fund averaging a 10% annual return, by age 65, you would have over $1 million. $200 a month, less than $7 a day. The key is starting as early as possible and automating it completely so consistency is guaranteed regardless of how you feel on any given month. All right, here's the strategy I promised you. The one most people never hear about. It's called the savings ladder, and it is the system that ties everything together and takes your financial organization to a completely different level. Here's the core problem with having just one savings account. When all your money sits in one place, every single expense competes with every other expense. Your emergency fund competes with your vacation fund. Your car repair fund competes with your house down payment fund. Your short-term needs compete with your long-term goals. It creates constant mental confusion, and it makes it incredibly easy to justify dipping into savings for the wrong reasons, because in your mind, it all looks like one big pile of money. The savings ladder eliminates this problem entirely by giving every single dollar a specific purpose and a specific home. Here is exactly how to build it. Open 3 separate savings accounts. Your first account is your emergency fund. This covers 3 to 6 months of your living expenses and is never touched for anything other than a genuine emergency. Your second account is your short-term goals fund. This is for things happening in the next 1 to 3 years. A vacation, a car purchase, home repairs, anything with a near-term timeline. Your third account is your long-term wealth fund. This works hand-in-hand with your investments for goals that are 5 or more years away. Now automate a fixed percentage of every paycheck into each account. Start with 50% of your savings contribution going into your emergency fund until it reaches your 3 to 6 month target. 30% goes to short-term goals. 20% goes to long-term wealth. Once your emergency fund is fully funded, redirect that 50% to split between the other 2 accounts. What this does is eliminate financial confusion completely. You always know exactly where you stand. You never accidentally spend your emergency fund on a vacation. You never feel guilty for saving for something fun, because that money is separate and designated. When every dollar has a job, your entire relationship with money changes. So let's bring it all together. To build wealth on autopilot starting today here is exactly what you need to do. Set up automatic bank transfers on payday so you always pay yourself first. Move your savings into a high-yield account earning 4 to 5% interest. Download a Roundup app and let spare change compound quietly in the background. Automate your investments through your 401k and a Roth IRA so your money grows tax-advantaged for decades. And build your savings ladder so every dollar always has a clear purpose and a designated home. Do all 5 of these things, and you will be building real lasting wealth every single day, whether you are actively thinking about it or not. That is the system. That is how the wealthy stay wealthy. Not through sacrifice or discipline, but through smart automation. If this video helped you, make sure you subscribe, because every single week we are dropping new strategies to help you take control of your finances and build the future you deserve. And drop a comment below letting me know which of these 5 strategies you are starting with today. I will see you in the next one.